Bernie Sanders no es un hombre que envía cartas con palabras rudas. Bernie Sanders no está fingiendo indignación. Bernie Sanders está saliendo al terreno y haciendo que las personas cambien su forma de pensar. Eso es lo que hemos visto de parte de este verdadero líder del Partido Demócrata desde el 2024. Y los resultados son muy claros y de hecho en este momento el Partido Demócrata lo necesita porque es indispensable. Y no solo en algunos estados claves, sino que en todo el país. En un video que estoy a punto de mostrarte, Bernie Sanders cambió la opinión de un votante MAGA en la profundamente conservadora Virginia Occidental. Esa es exactamente la esperanza que necesitamos ahora mismo. Ahora, antes de mostrarte este clip de un votante admitiendo que Bernie Sanders hizo cambiar su opinión de que antes votaba por la derecha, ahora para votar por los demócratas, quiero empezar con un gran mensaje de este senador que siento yo que todos tenemos que escuchar en este momento más que nunca, señalando el uso que hacen todos los republicanos de la palabra libertad. Mira el clip, por favor.
In these very troubling times, we hear a lot of talk about freedom. So let's say a word about freedom. We now have a president of the United States who just the other day said, and I quote, "I have read someplace that the networks were 97% against me. I would think maybe their license should be taken away." End of quote. Really? Mr. President, that's not freedom. That's authoritarianism. Last I heard, under our Constitution, which you swore to uphold, the American people are allowed to criticize the president. The media is allowed to criticize the president or anybody else. We now have a Trump-appointed Federal Communications Commissioner, FCC, named Mr. Carr, who celebrated getting Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air and then threatened other shows saying, "We're not done yet." Hey, Mr. Carr, that's not freedom. That's precisely what happens in authoritarian societies. So let us be honest, let's be clear about what is going on. Trump has sued and tried to intimidate ABC, CBS, the Associated Press, PBS cut their funding, NPR cut their funding, anybody who covers him critically. And just the other day, he filed a $15 billion lawsuit against the New York Times. They got Stephen Colbert off the air. They got Jimmy Kimmel off the air. And we are seeing Trump's friends now take over CBS and maybe CNN. Freedom of the press and our First Amendment is what sets us apart from tin pot dictatorships. That's what our kids learn in the fourth grade.
Muy a menudo los términos de cualquier conversación política que estamos teniendo están definidos por lo que los republicanos quieren que digamos. Y generalmente quieren que hablemos de lo que ellos han ganado. Los demócratas durante mucho tiempo han estado a la defensiva. Al retroceso no estamos siendo ofensivos. Estamos ni siquiera defendiendo la narrativa. Esto es algo que me ha alegrado mucho ver por parte del gobernador Gavin Newsom, quien está captando esta atención y dirigiéndola hacia las metas y resultados reales que necesitamos en esta redistribución de distritos electorales en California. Pero Bernie Sanders ha hecho esto durante toda su carrera política y está dando frutos incluso en zonas muy conservadoras. Y quiero que veas esto justo aquí. Mira el clip, por favor.
It's not complicated in my view. The Democratic Party was about protecting the status quo and tinkering around the edges. We promise you we're not going to do anything bold. We're very bipartisan. We're going to work with the business community. We love billionaires. And Trump comes along and says the system is broken.
I alone can fix it.
He's right. Now his solutions only make it worse.
Trump, for all his promises, has not brought the coal industry back. But with the big beautiful bill, he made his mark on West Virginia. It's estimated that more than 50,000 West Virginians will be cut from Medicaid. At least 7 hospitals in the state are at risk of shutting down, and as many as 84,000 people will lose access to food assistance.
Why do you think they cut Medicaid? To save government money so that
They can give tax to their donors.
Exactly. $1 trillion in tax breaks to the top 1%. It's a huge tax break to large corporations as well.
Why do they need to have a tax break? I
Now
could use
you're
a tax
asking
break.
me-
I mean, I'm being real. I know I pay like 26% taxes. I could use that money.
These people on top are not nice people. They want more and more. They don't have $1 million. That's chump change.
Yeah.
And we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in some case.
When you live here, it feels like a poor country.
Yeah, well, that's a good point.
I mean, when you say we're the wealthiest, like you said that several times yesterday, and I was like, is it true though? Because like...
That's a very good point. If we're sitting here and I'm worth $1 billion and all of you are broke, you add it all together, you divide it, we're very wealthy. But I got $1 billion and you got nothing. That's America. And if I say the United States should do what every other major country on earth does, guarantee health care to all people as a human right, are you going to think I'm a communist and a terrible person?
If you talk the way that you did, and you're so reasonable, they've painted you in a bad light, and it actually makes me very angry because, you know, you see things and you believe it. I'll just be honest, I haven't really seen you talk before. The last couple days before this, I started watching some of your speeches, and I was shocked. I was like, oh.
Not as bad as they had told you, huh?
This is not how he's portrayed.
We're told that the biggest divide in America is between left and right. But Bernie came here to flip that story on its head.
I think that whether you're in rural West Virginia or in Burlington, Vermont, you got the same exact issues. And I think we don't let people divide us up. We got to come together to fight for all of us.
You have been to how many Bernie rallies now?
3.
And over what period of time did that take place?
2 days. The first night was just like real eye-opening for me. It was like a whole mind shift of my whole belief system of how we could come together as a people.
Yeah.
We all want our kids to have a safe place to live. We all want our kids to have food. We all want our kids to have health care.
Yeah.
Like there's no difference. We all need to fight together.
Yeah.
Because if we're fighting each other, we're not going to ever get anywhere.
Yeah.
So.
Did you expect to walk out of here with a shirt?
I did not expect to walk out of here with a shirt.
Si eso no te motiva a seguir adelante con esta lucha, no sé qué lo puede hacer. Esto debería de motivarnos para seguir manteniendo estas conversaciones. Donald Trump está perjudicando a las personas de una forma en la que tal vez no lo hemos notado o que nunca podríamos llegar a imaginar. Pero es nuestro trabajo agarrar esta angustia y esta ira que nos provoca y comenzar a tener conversaciones reales. No conversaciones en el espíritu de la falsa narrativa de Charlie Kirk, como que si realmente le importara la discusión o el debate, o como si no estuviera tan solo tras el lucro, como fue el caso. Él no fue un líder de derechos civiles, fue un intolerante, y créeme, un intolerante muy vil. Pero lo que realmente podemos hacer es construir un movimiento real de personas que buscan un verdadero cambio. Así que por favor, mira este clip y préstale mucha atención.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Novak, I'm glad you are joining us today. And, this hearing is focused on several bills regarding energy efficiency, and this committee has seen several rollbacks of energy efficiency standards and proposals to that end. Are you familiar with how many Americans are employed by the energy efficiency sector nationally?
I am not.
It's about 2.3 million workers. About 2 out of every 5 energy jobs in the United States are related to energy efficiency. Can you guess what is the fastest growing category of energy efficiency work in the United States?
I'm not particularly good at guessing.
That's all right.
So, yes.
It's construction.
Okay.
So these are construction jobs. Energy efficiency jobs are construction jobs, installation, production, manufacturing, HVAC, building materials, all of it. Now, do you know how many jobs have been threatened or lost due to the Trump administration's closures of clean energy projects in the last 6 months or so, the first half of this year?
I'm not aware of any such analysis.
91,000. Trump administration and Department of Energy policies have cost Americans 91,000 jobs nationwide in rollbacks on efficiency. And, these large numbers are statistics. They're hard to, I think, people to understand when they show up on a white paper. But in Colorado's 8th district, Amprius Technologies canceled plans to construct a $190 million battery plant in Brighton, Colorado. In that same district, actually, another company, VSK Energy, canceled plans due to the Trump administration, canceled their plans to build solar panels, and they scratched a $250 million investment and up to 900 jobs in that same district. In Georgia 12, an EV plant was canceled due to the Trump administration and DOE's freezing of the EV charging program. Registered Georgia has a population of 157 people. They lost out on 166 jobs. They lost more jobs than they have people in that town because of the cancellation and war on renewable energy and clean energy here. In that same district, a copper foil manufacturing plant went bankrupt as a result of these rollbacks, and Augusta, Georgia lost out on 350 jobs. And I mean, the list goes on. In South Carolina, 250 jobs when a construction of an EV plant in Florence was halted due to DOE's freezing of funds. I mean, we could go on. In Michigan 10th, 167 jobs were lost after $50 million worth of investment. These are all freezes in renewable and clean energy construction and development projects. This is an industry that has been a source of jobs and growth. This administration, the Trump administration, is destroying the American economy, destroying American jobs. 91,000 jobs in this sector alone. I have one simple question. In these towns and areas, what is the DOE's plan to replace those jobs in those affected areas?
I'll say this is beyond the scope of what I'm prepared to testify to today. I'd be happy to take the question for the record in regard to the analysis that you cited here regarding job loss.
So in your view, you're the general counsel for the Department of Energy, that's correct?
Acting.
Acting. And in all that you've seen, have you seen any effort to replace these jobs that are being canceled by the administration?
I have not. I'm not sure that would come my way. But,
so we're seeing a concerted effort. 91,000 jobs already gone.
Donald Trump está haciendo que tu vida sea mucho más costosa. De eso es lo que necesitamos hablar. Así es como deberíamos de definir cada argumento que tengamos contra los republicanos. Podemos agregar algo de lo que ha hecho con el tema de Jeffrey Epstein que realmente es muy repugnante. Ciertamente deberíamos de agregar algo de la corrupción cripto que ha tenido. Pero finalmente este es un tipo y un partido que no se preocupan por ti. Nunca lo van a hacer, créeme. Es triste, pero el presidente de Estados Unidos no se preocupa por la clase trabajadora, por la clase media, apenas se preocupa por la clase multimillonaria. Pero bueno, una vez dicho esto, te digo que cumplí con mi misión, que es informarte, como lo hago absolutamente todos los días. Como siempre te digo, para mí lo más importante es tu opinión y me encantaría que la pongas en los comentarios. Además, si este video te gustó, te va a encantar suscribirte al canal, ya que subo videos así todos los días. Mi nombre es José Alvarado, soy economista y estoy comprometido a informarte diariamente. Nos vemos en el siguiente video. Adiós.